wouldn't have.
I don't know many women who like to cooperate. They usually show up with their list of demands, and if you can't meet all of them when they wanted to, they just move on.
Ever for
Okay. Why? How Grace gets kicked?
Things I talk about, I do take it very seriously. Ending wars, I'm not joking about that. The cost of war, what's happening in the politics and the world stage, someone's got to do something. So why not us?
Because you've asked this question before. What are we gonna do?
Well, let's try working on some of my ideas for once.
Like what?
Well, I've got particular people that I know if they knew what I was doing,
What are you
they'd
doing?
probably want to help me.
Like who?
As I mentioned, the APWU union president, there was just a local meeting yesterday. I'm still trying to get in touch with the people at the local union that used to work with me. They used to know me.
Sounds
They
like
used to
they're ignoring
trust
you,
me.
Jack.
They used to love me. If
Used to, but if they knew, they would come and help. But you're messaging them and they don't respond. Okay.
they would communicate with me and realize that this is serious, we do have a chance. All we got to do.
What would the union have to do with the wars, though? I don't understand.
Well, this is from my past. My past at the United States Postal Service put me
Yeah.
in touch with people who are connected to the president, who are connected to people in Congress. I've been trying to communicate with the people I know who have connections to the president and who have connections to Congress, but people haven't been interested in trying to help me with what I'm doing. So I've been chasing all sorts of other different directions. And the reality is it doesn't have to be people I know. Someone out there, someone listening today knows someone who knows someone in Congress or
Yeah,
knows
I do.
someone who knows someone that we could get attention.
I don't know if you're that big, Jack. Not even 1,000 people have heard this on the playthrough 2 days later. So I don't know if somebody knows even 2 degrees, but okay.
Of people in Congress.
I
I
know.
don't know
Doesn't
about that
Lalo
one.
know
He
like all of
knows.
them?
Yeah, he knows like
Yeah,
a
but he
bunch of
doesn't
those
want to
people.
cooperate.
Yeah,
Doesn't want
Lalo's
to
not
If he's
cooperate.
helping.
That's
willing
what
to
I'm saying.
Fuck
cooperate, I'm sure he
Lalo.
would talk to them. He was trying to
But
bring
he's
the
not.
back, not to bring that
He
up.
seems like a pretty cooperative person.
But yeah, no, he's a sub. He'll do anything I tell him to.
Okay.
So.
Well,
How
please.
how does he do, like, every time I see Lalo in the chat, he's like 30 minutes behind, and then 30 seconds later he's 20 minutes behind.
It's
That's just-
autism. He watches stuff on 5X. It's pure
For
autism.
real?
Yeah, no. He watches movies
He's a
on 2X.
retard. He's a
Yeah,
retard.
But what does the
That's
Postal Service have to do with the
scary.
war? Even if the Union General Master was able to
Don't worry
talk to
about it, Grace.
someone.
Don't worry about it. Doesn't matter.
I just
Seriously.
don't think of the mail and
Yeah.
war being
Nope,
connected,
right.
although I understand.
It's not. It's not. It's people in positions, right? Whoever is serving in the position of United States Postmaster General
Uh-huh.
has been appointed by the President of the United States.
I'm sure that's true.
Right. So they have a connection. Through position, they can call them up. Someone in the administration say, hey, we've got some things going on here. There's
Jack is heated. Jack is actually heated. What the heck?
reasons, right? We have reasons to believe that we should have the attention of Congress and the White House.
I understand that, but if your reason is
But-
the war is a bad idea or we should end wars, I mean, we already have Tulsi Gabbard.
Hey,
she's
Grace,
the-
no, right, Grace, don't minimize. You clearly have
Marilyn,
not.
get your mans in check.
Well, this is
I'm
what
not
I mean.
minimizing. I'm
Whatever.
anti-war. I'm literally anti-war.
Okay, then great, but you don't believe that we're going to do anything. You've been treating me like a novelty, like a joke. You're one of them, Grace. That's been treating me
Oh,
like
now
novelty,
it comes
like-
out. Now it comes out.
Do you think it's funny, Grace?
It's a little
Accountability?
funny. It's a little funny. Look at his face. He's giving Grace the steak eye, buddy. Hold on. I gotta stop shouting like this. He's like, you think it's funny? You think it's funny? uh, she reminds me of Lilo from Lilo and Stitch. That's what she looks like. She looks like a Lilo from Lilo and Stitch with the potato nose. But like it's a cute potato nose. This is Kino.
Accountability for what? I'm asking you questions and you're getting angry at me.
No, I'm
Yeah,
not getting
literally.
angry at you. What I'm doing, Grace, is I
You
am
aren't.
frustrated because what you're doing is you're proving to me that I've made a mistake in trusting you and having faith in you. I invited
Wow.
you to
Really?
try and spend time with me to strategize, right? You
You
remember
did.
those requests?
Yes.
Had you ever done that, you wouldn't be playing me like such a joke right here, and I don't appreciate it.
I'm not playing you like a joke. I'm asking you a genuine question. I
Right.
don't
Your
know what the
questions,
post office has to do
right.
with the war. I don't know.
And I've explained it. I've explained it.
You did explain it, but then I had a follow-up question and you just like lashed out and said, I'm one of
Hey,
the ones
Grace,
who's making fun of you. I'm not,
is
but
that
okay.
great, Grace? You seem to have everything that has happened all together. So now
What?
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 Well, my question was even if you were to get the Postmaster General to talk to someone in Congress, maybe it could happen. How is that going to be more effective than the higher up officials who are already anti-war in the in the White House, like Tulsi Gabbard? She's anti-war.
Yeah, it won't. No, it won't. It won't, Grace. It won't. So let's not try. Just forget it. I appreciate you swinging through, Grace, but you
Oh, now you're
clearly
gonna kick me. Okay, go ahead. You can spurg out.
Whoa. Oh, whoa. I mean, she kind of asked a decent question. It wasn't really that big. And even if the answer is, well, I don't know, but I gotta try, right? I gotta get my voice out there. I want them to know, I don't know. He could have just said that, but no, he said, she gotta go. She gotta go. You're asking too many questions. You gotta go.
Go ahead, boot me.
We don't like questions over here in free speech land.
What are you doing, young lady?
What are you
No,
doing?
no,
Yeah!
seriously, Grace. Have I been rude or disrespectful to you? Have I?
You just started being rude and disrespectful when
Is
I
that
asked questions.
Dusty?
Dusty.
Am I being
He's like,
rude and
Dusty, help me.
disrespectful to her?
At the risk of my own future, a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well,
You
I
responded to
want
that
you to-
question a little. You responded to that question a little bit harder than I think was necessary.
W Dusty! W Dusty! Dude, Jack just started turning up the temperature for no reason, bro. He came in hot. He was like, you kinda came in hot on that last question for no reason. I don't really understand why.
Fair. And so let me try and explain the reaction. It's
Okay.
frustration.
Mm-hmm.
I've answered and explained this for so long, Grace, and you claim you act like you know me, right? You act like you know,
Well,
but
to
you
a certain
don't.
extent.
Right. You don't actually know what you think you do. And so you've been having fun mocking me, right? You went and made a
You're
big deal.
interpreting it as me mocking you.
Grace. Remember when I chose not to follow through with the stunt in Texas, the CPAC
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember your reactions and the things you said about me?
I
Whoa.
remember
What'd she
that we
say?
got into an argument and we both apologized.
What'd she say?
But if you're still holding on to resentment for that, then that's
Well, the thing is,
interesting.
Grace, I'm not holding resentment. What I'm trying to do is find a way that you can see accountability.
But
I think
Jack,
it would be helpful.
it's
But
not
Grace,
fair.
tell you what, no, Grace, I don't need to explain anything more to you. Thank you for swinging through. I'm done. Okay?
Can I offer a
Congratulations.
thought?
What's that?
Wow.
Can I offer a thought?
Please do.
And all these months Grace has been going on Jack Talcott, I never liked him. I never liked these appearances and stuff. I was just like, man, Jack is just kind of like milk toast, boring. Yeah, hippie, kumbaya, and Grace was definitely farming him for as like a locale. a potential logo, like, cause like, oh, he also think he's a therapist. And so the CPAC thing didn't go off. Grace tried to get him to do some actual content IRL, like he used to do. He was at Jan 6, I thought. He said no. I'm sure Grace made a stream about it and was like, oh, he should be doing this, he should do that. They both apologize. And then, yeah, he's bringing it up again. So, that's not really what you're supposed to do. This is crazy, but I don't know. I'm not gonna say Jack's a fake Christian. I don't even think he is. I think he does mean well, but I don't know, like he was saying earlier, he's a self-sabotager. And so McDowell, but this is I can't believe he can't even have the conversation. Grace was just asking some questions like, oh, okay, like I thought he wanted to strategize. So it's like, okay, we gotta get our story straight. Why are we actually doing this? Is this the most effective way, or is this just the only way he can? You know? And really, he's just doing nothing, no better than what I'm doing, just screaming into the void. And he's like, somebody listening right now knows someone in Congress and can get what I want done. And it's like, well, I guess not, Jack. I guess not.
Something that, and this is going to sound hokey maybe a little bit, something my mom told me when I was younger that has been good advice is she said, if you're not sure if somebody meant offense by something, assume the best intentions until you know otherwise. If they meant insult, they'll bring it back up, right? They'll make it clear that they meant insult. And you can always get mad at somebody later, but once you've snapped at them, it's a lot harder to put that genie back in the bottle.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Okay.
I appreciate that caution. I've been
But
watching.
he said he got mad really because he's explained why he's doing this and multiple times in multiple other streams, right? Grace is a longer time viewer, so she should know more of his facts and stuff. And the fact that she was challenging his point again, making him have to explain it again, he just doesn't feel like explaining it. Well, I don't know. He got mad. He got mad because obviously, like, your explanation isn't efficient enough where people are still asking, like, well, why are we doing this? How is this effective? Is this the most effective? You know?
And paying attention for quite a while. I know who actually is on my side and who treats me like a joke. Dusty, you're on your thin ice. You keep going back and forth. You really do. But our time together has been a lot more than her or her dad's. I mean, they're chaos content. They want to use me, and maybe I'm trying to use them. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When they showed up, sure, the numbers started growing, but I don't need this nonsense from children.
Well, Jack, I'm openly self-serving, but I also believe, like I've said, you pay attention. You've heard me say generosity begets generosity, and I think a rising tide lifts all ships. So the best way for me to help myself is actually to help you as well.
That's what I'd hope.
You guys, I don't mean to cut this short. I loved coming up here, but I've got to start dinner. Thank you for having me. This was so fun, and we'll do it again real soon. Good to see you, Dusty. Thanks for coming up.
Good to see you too.
See y'all later. Thank you again.
Hey, Marilyn, thank you sincerely for joining. Dusty, thank you for referring her over this way. I'm going to start wrapping up.
It was a little bit of a hard sell. You were a little bit scary to her.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that hard sell, though, is because of the company I've allowed myself to keep. I've put up with all the naysayers and all the bullshit, and it's really made me look bad. So
Nobody's
I own
scary
that.
because of somebody else. I've told you, nobody is scary because of somebody else. I respect your perspective on it. I disagree. I don't think that that's accurate. I think I've told you this before. You were a union negotiator. You inside of that velvet glove, you do have an iron fist, and I don't think it's a bad look. I think that you're pretty good at being commanding, and I think that that's a good thing. So I wouldn't. I don't know. I view it differently. I don't think that she's scared of snafu, right? I think that it's your own personal power, and I wouldn't sell that away if I were you. I don't view it as a bad thing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, part of this is admittedly frustration, because for several years I've been trying to find others who actually want to try and do something. Maybe I don't have all the details, well enough for someone to believe, but can't we fucking try?
There it is. There it is. You don't have all the details for people to believe, and it doesn't really give people the will to try because it's like, well, it's not gonna work. I'm wasting my time. I'm just gonna end up poorer probably. You know.
Tell you what, these are words I think I should just do without you here.
Okay, thank you for having me up.
Hey, thank you. Blessings to you, brother. G Spot caught. I'm not gonna bring anyone else up. I appreciate
Here, hey, the Kino is coming. Here's the felt.
you joining. Today,
Here's
brothers and
the felt.
sisters, I really wanted to.
I guess Grace getting kicked was the Kino. Here's the felt.
I wanted to share some of the faith I found from church, some of the inspirations I found.
Oh, or felt it. I felt it myself and my audience. That's so weird. The felt it. No. Wisdom from where, Jack? Come on. He's about to Bible thump.
Regarding the love of God, my love for God and God's love for you, because it's not just for me. Anything for me is for you. We are the one life that God has brought here to the world. So in our time together tonight, my hope and my intention was to raise the standards of this Jack Talcott stream, and I'm going to hopefully continue to do that. Why won't you let me
Jack.
up, Jack? Why should I? G-Spot Live.
He said, why should I?
Seriously.
Look how easy he gets distracted, bro. Look how he gets distracted so easy. It's low-cal tendencies, to be honest, but like, why can't he just finish the thought? Come on, why won't you let him up? We already know you're not letting anybody up because you're trying to get out these feelings, these emotions that Grace brought up with her simple questions.
Dude, I mean, some of these things, brothers and sisters, we can come up with problems for someone else's ideas. Okay, this is what I've been witnessing. What we witnessed tonight with young Thorpe, who's so. I don't want to talk trash about anyone. We missed opportunities again, brothers and sisters.
Why?
Every
How is
day
that
we
talking
live without
trash?
peace on
You just say you don't want anybody questioning your narrative, your strategies, your beliefs. Just say that.
earth is a day we live without peace on earth. I think that's a shame. I know that I have peace. I know that I have love. I know that I have the motivation and the intention to find a way to share peace on earth with others. So there are ways. We went through an exercise today for those who tuned in late, right? We shared the video about the fear of failure, right? Facing the fears, overcoming the fears. We talked about a lot of things. I'm going to wrap it up here. Brothers and sisters, thank you again. Until next time, choose love, peace for everyone, walk with.
That's how he ends it, yeah. He was shooketh, bro. That was funny. That was pretty funny, though. Grace getting kicked was kind of Kino, I'm not gonna lie. That was a long time coming, too. That was actually a long time coming. Because she comes on there all the time. Which I can't believe that's what did it. She didn't even do anything. All of the sexual talk, all of the lesbian talk, Grace was having them do, and that didn't get her kicked. That's funny.